You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
In Louisiana, a traffic stop leads to the discovery of $700,000 cash in a briefcase. In Missouri, 8 people are injured in a drunken boat crash. And in Texas, a teen's Help Me sign leads to the capture of her kidnapper by police. These stories and more are coming at you today, Thursday, July 27th, on Real Life Real Crime Daily. And I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
What's up, boys?
Guys.
Hump Day. No, it isn't Hump Day.
No, it's Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. It's the day after Hump Day.
It's the day before.
Hell, every day's Hump Day to me, Woody.
It's the day before.
Both you guys, yeah.
Kelly Jennings' Unspeakable Live
That's
show.
correct.
Which we will be there.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
it's going to be so good, y'all.
So
Open bar. I'm excited.
I don't know if there are any tickets left for Saturday night. I would doubt it, but y'all, if you want to come, go check out any of this.
Yeah, you can just go to Unspeakable's Facebook page and check the link. And
You
see.
scalping? You're not scalping.
No,
You want to be there, don't you?
I'm going to be there.
Okay. I just didn't know if you were offering your ticket for the right price. I
would never sell the
Kelly
ticket to
like
see
that. But
KJ do her thing.
That's right.
Right.
You couldn't get enough.
I guarantee you this: KJ's been at every one of. I think she's been at every live show I've ever done.
and she was there for you when you were suspended. So,
Oh my God!
you've got to.
Nobody puts Daddy in a corner. Remember that? Yeah.
All right, let's get to some crime time. What y'all think about that? 61-year-old man was arrested several hundred miles from his home in Texas for kidnapping a teenage girl and assaulting her during a drive to California. On July 9th at 10:19 a.m., officers were called to a parking lot for an unknown trouble call. When they arrived, they found a 13-year-old who was visibly emotional and distressed. Good Samaritans reportedly saw the girl parked in a car holding up a sign that read, "Help me."
Right.
The witnesses contacted 911 immediately after seeing her note. Police took an adult male into custody and learned he kidnapped the girl July 6th in San Antonio near a bus stop. He reportedly held up a gun and told her to get in his car. Detectives from the sexual assault response team determined the victim had been sexually assaulted during the trip, and other investigators discovered a replica gun that looked like a semi-automatic pistol. The suspect, Stephen Sablin, now faces federal charges for kidnapping and transporting a minor with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. On the day of the kidnapping, Sablin allegedly pointed the gun at the victim and said, "If you don't get in the car, I'm going to hurt you." The teen complied because obviously she was afraid for her life. Sablin reportedly asked the teen her age, and she told him she was 13 years old, but had a friend in Australia. He offered to take the girl on a cruise to visit her friend, but she had to do something for him first. He reportedly sexually assaulted her 3 times during the drive from Texas to California. Sick asshole. On July 9th, Sablin stopped at a laundromat in Long Beach where the girl wrote a "help me" note while he went inside, and when police got to the scene, they found Sablin standing outside of the car, and the girl actually mouthed "help."
Wow.
While searching his vehicle, police reportedly found the written note, handcuffs, and a BB gun. Long Beach police confirmed the victim was a runaway out of San Antonio, and he was arrested.
#murder by you for him.
Yeah, there's nothing short of just cutting that guy's dick off that
Right.
is justice, in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, what is
13-year-old kid and you're going to rape him.
a horrible story?
Smart kid, brave kid.
Yeah. Well,
Thankfully, some Good Samaritans paid attention,
right.
didn't think it was a joke
Right.
though, and called the police.
See something,
You know?
say something, right?
Yeah.
And again, it kind of goes to our human trafficking platform. We're going to start doing. 'Cause
Absolutely.
she probably would have ended up being sold into that. Well, y'all, you ever been up to the Ozarks?
No, I want to.
I have.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I looked really hard there over the last several years. What?
I have to tell you something. What's the lake you told me about? A lake up there.
There's like 50.
But the
of them.
one that you can see like 50 feet deep.
All of them are like that. But there's Beaver Lake. There's
Maybe it was I forget. There was one you told me about. I went home and searched it. I was telling Jerry Ann about it, and it happened to be the weekend that you told me about it, that it was the place to go to dive. There was the thing was shut down because of feces. Like there was some kind of problem
At least
with
the water
a
was-
pipe that was leaking into the lake.
At least the water's
I don't
clear
think
enough
that's a
where you
normal.
can see it.
I don't think Woody goes scuba diving in feces.
There's Table Rock, there's Beaver Lake, there's all these
There's
big,
Beaver
huge
Lake.
lakes, and they had the Corps and engineers flooded them way back in the day. There's a lot of towns and stuff that are still down there.
How far is that from here?
About 6-7 hours, maybe 8. So anyway, I looked really hard to get in a place up there for a long time. But let me tell you about this story. A speedboat crash in Missouri has left 8 people hospitalized after the vessel they were on ran aground and rammed straight into the side of a lake house. The crash occurred late Saturday night at the Lake of the Ozarks, southwest of St. Louis. The impact for the boat running aground along the bank of the lake flung all the passengers from the small vessel as the boat itself overturned. The driver, identified as 47-year-old Adam Ramirez from Huntington Beach, California, was charged with boating while intoxicated with serious injury. Ramirez is known to be a powerboat enthusiast, and his Instagram lists him as the owner of a custom shop based in California that works on engines for boats and cars. The boat involved in the accident was a 2014 Nortec boat with powerful engines capable of hitting top speeds of 70 knots. The passengers, consisting of 4 women and 4 men ranging between 21 and 51 years old. I can tell you who was the women and who were the men. The women were the younger ones in bikinis, and the older ones were the ones paying for the ride. Yep. And Mike just showed me a picture, and I'm dead ass right without having seen it. But the group was taken to the hospital. Ramirez's wife, Catherine Ramirez, was also on the boat, according to police report. Adam Pratt, who owns a racing company and who has partnered on social media with Good Boy Vodka, and whose postings have featured DJ Khaled and golfer John Daly, was also injured in the collision. Police identified the other victims as Carly Jones, 21, Roxy Soul Cup, 23, Kylie Ilichi, 26, and husband and wife, 50-year-old Amy and Matthew Hillier of Louisville, Mississippi. Sokup and Catherine Ramirez were taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. The others on the boat were all listed as having serious wounds. It's not clear if anyone inside the house suffered injuries following the boat's collision. Pratt had posted pictures on his Instagram page hours before the crash. The investigation into the crash continued on Sunday with pictures from the scene of the crash showing a vast amount of damage to the house, with bricks having come away from the side wall looking extremely unsteady. Tiles from the roof looked to have also come away, together with some guttering. Troopers spent time reconstructing the crash scene using a drone. Later on Sunday, a crane was brought in to haul the boat away. Overall, the scene looks more like a small tornado hit one house, given the amount of damage. And Ramirez has been charged, but we're waiting for more info. Y'all, he was charged with BWI, which must be a Missouri charge, boating while intoxicated. Here's still DWI.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Picture you can see. I mean, he had to be traveling. The boat had a lot of power.
Yeah, right.
It had to be going really fast to catapult from the side of the lake all the way into
and the boat's
the
upside
house.
down. And I'm gonna tell you something. And I've actually been involved in a boat crash myself. Is so lucky they are not dead, and he's not going to do the rest of his life in murder. Right?
That was a pawpaw right there. I mean, that was a full-fledged pawpaw.
Crazy. I don't know, y'all. There you have it.
There you have it.
No drinking and boating and going 80 miles an hour. How fast was that boat?
70
capable of
knots.
going? 70 knots on the water is pretty
that's-
damn quick.
That's got to be over 80 miles an hour. 55 miles an hour is almost too fast for me in my speed limit.
You have a boat that goes that fast?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fast. That's fast on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fall in the water at
It
that
was
speed and it
named
feels like
Lady
cement.
Justice and had real life, real crime on the side, but the real life, real crime has since been removed, as has the Lady Justice. Not on purpose, because the person who wrapped it did a shitty job.
Oh,
Yeah. And it came off.
Is there a story there? Okay. I'm going to talk to you guys about something that shocked me. I don't know if our listeners are aware of this, but we, and this is absolutely a crime what these people are doing, but we've got
whenever he starts the stories,
Yeah,
this is
something
absolutely a crime.
we've got an explosion in the United States of sexually transmitted diseases.
STDs, gift that keeps on giving.
The latest Centers for Disease Control data, which tracks the last 5 years, shows that every single state in the United States has seen a spike in cases of syphilis, a sexually transmitted disease that can lead to organ damage or failure, and gonorrhea, an STD that can cause infertility or worse. So
Ask Al Capone.
infection rates for syphilis have surged 70% across the country.
No glove, no love.
Gonorrhea, 25%. Experts are warning that the eruption of STDs in the U.S., and this has specifically happened like right after COVID ended, right? So, everybody was locked down and keeping 6 feet apart, except during certain hours, I guess. And so everything exploded after that. And I guess a bunch of pent up desire got a bunch of people in bed quicker than maybe they otherwise would have. But right at the core of our listening area is the city of Houston, Texas, where we got tons of listeners. And Houston is ground zero
Taco Vigilante.
for syphilis. 130% increase in syphilis
What?
cases. 130%.
That's what's reported that they know of.
In the city.
That's the ones whose penises aren't spitting out fire when they go to the bathroom yet.
Oh my God. The president of the National Coalition of STD Directors, Dr. Ann Zink, but that's a fun job, said she's alarmed to see a rise in preventable syphilis and congenital syphilis cases in our nation. Syphilis, and especially congenital syphilis, is the canary in the coal mine for a devastating and out-of-control epidemic of sexually transmitted infections in the U.S. These are completely preventable infections that too often go unseen, undetected, and untreated. And most importantly, people aren't communicating with a partner ahead of time that they have
Yeah, I guess
these
not.
diseases. In 2 states, Alaska and South Dakota, the infection rate or proportion of people who had the disease, I'm talking about syphilis here, rose by more than 1,000%.
Whoa.
South Dakota has also seen its infection tally up more than 100% for gonorrhea. So Kristi Noem's doing all those commercials, but it looks like a lot of people having some unprotected sex in some bad cases. Okay. Looking at the CDC data state by state, they did heat maps with this stuff. I encourage people to go to the cdc.org website and look at this. But Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama are all in the top tier of states with regard to instances of both of these STDs. So men, it's time to wrap that package. And ladies, it's time to choose your man carefully. I was curious as to whether any of this was tied to more sexual
Women
exploration.
You do understand that women can give it to men also,
Right.
The women should just be careful, and men should be careful.
Not our listeners.
Oh, okay.
Not our listeners.
Well, not this
Not
host.
all those
I ain't
wonderful women
none
writing
of that's got shit
all
to
those
do with
special
me.
thoughts to me on social media. People that are that sweet would never do. Yes, it can travel in both directions. You can, like I said, visit the CDC website for more. Be on the lookout for those STDs.
Certainly interesting. You think that's because they have a medicine that can better treat it nowadays?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, I mean, you got the fire and you got the fire. And now I guess they got all that.
They got like a pill you can take.
Couldn't you? You could
pills.
put the fire out back in the day, couldn't you?
You
Well,
can
I think,
smash it with a hammer.
I think you could take like
I don't think that's the
rounds of
preferred
shit
method.
and maybe go get it to go lay dormant or something. I don't think you could ever fully get rid of it. Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC. Hey, y'all. You want to set your child up for success? Is your child struggling with a specific subject or need help with the subject? Is your child ahead, not getting challenged enough in class? Well, IXL Learning is an online learning program that enriches your homeschool curriculum. It offers practice in math, English, language arts, science, and social studies while adapting to each child, meeting them where they are. Plus, IXL encourages students to become curious and empowers them to choose how to learn. Look, we homeschool our son. No doubt about it. He's more of a visual learner, and we use IXL, and Cindy teaches him, and there are so many different benefits to the program. It adapts to exactly what he needs in different areas. So IXL is the perfect supplement to your homeschool curriculum. IXL offers interactive practice problems, educational games, lessons, and video tutorials for every topic you're teaching at home. It's easy to use, time-saving. Everything on IXL is organized by grade, subject, topic, and subtopic, making it simple to find activities for the exact skills you are covering. IXL offers instant feedback and explanations of new topics as kids use the program. Kids can explore any topic in any grade level. They aren't forced into a single learning path like they are on other programs. If you're homeschooling your child because they were falling behind or because they were too far ahead like our son, IXL is a great program to help them get the exact support they need. Kids love IXL's positive feedback awards and educational games. IXL is trusted by 15 million students worldwide and has proven to improve performance in over 75 scientific research studies. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And Real Life Real Crime listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/today. Visit IXL.com/today to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price. And don't forget, Real Life Real Crime listeners get 20% off. Y'all, we really do use this product and it's been a godsend.
Well, thank you for that lovely report,
Right,
Mike.
there you go, Mike.
Be careful, fellas.
If Mike ain't,
Boy, you got some shit with
the
him.
whole point of that is if Mike ain't having sex, he wants to mess sex up for everybody. So now you got all these single women and they ain't gonna want to do nothing.
I
The Louisiana
am not
man.
trying to raid on anyone else's parade just because it's pouring in my bedroom.
Right.
All right, good report. So we brought you a little story a while back about a female person that enrolled in high school, and it was more of a innocent thing. She was wanting to learn the language and things like that and be educated, and it was, although it was wrong, you could see why she would have attempted to do that. Well, I've got the total opposite of that to report to you today. Police arrested a 26-year-old man this week after he enrolled as a high school student under false pretenses and contacted multiple underage girls. The Lincoln Public School District reported an individual impersonating a student under the name of Zach Hess. The man, later identified as Zachary Scheck, reportedly pretended to be a 17-year-old enrolled at Northwest High School before transferring to another high school during the 2022-23 school year. Scheck used a fraudulent document to enroll in the school and created an elaborate backstory. Now, this guy was 26 years old. Lincoln Chief of Police Brian Jackson said Scheck attended 54 days of school, stood 5'4" and weighed 120 pounds. And he did note that he blended in with other students. So although he was 26, he didn't look it. Right. Police discovered Scheck had actually graduated from Lincoln Public Schools in 2015. While fraudulently enrolled in school, Scheck had an inappropriate contact with multiple juvenile students on school property. Police uncovered Scheck text messages to young girls, and in these text messages, Scheck would continue to reinforce his false identity as a peer and discuss things like classwork and high school sports. Scheck reportedly kept in contact with the underage girls for months and even met with the girls' families. Scheck tried to engage in sexual acts with a 14-year-old girl in February. The next month, he reportedly asked a 13-year-old girl to meet for sex. He also asked a 13-year-old girl she'd lose her virginity to him and sent sexually explicit photos for money. Investigators reportedly recovered evidence of at least one payment. Police arrested Scheck on Thursday, July 20th, and he was booked into jail on felony charges of sexual assault, use of electronic device, and sex trafficking of a minor. And although police arrested Scheck, officers are working to identify the scope of his actions and have asked anyone with information about the case to contact police.
Crazy.
This is
Lincoln,
happening
is that
a lot more than I've realized.
Lincoln, Nebraska? Or Lincoln?
Lincoln High School was, it was Lincoln Public School District. It doesn't say if it's Nebraska, but could be.
Well, he graduated from a different high school in the same town and thought he was going to get away with.
Well, he did get away with it for 54 days.
Yeah, 54 days.
couple of
53
months.
more days than I would have thought he would have.
Pedophile on the playground, right?
Yeah.
Well,
and disgusting. And, as you dig into these stories, you realize these things aren't as uncommon as you think.
Right.
So
There's a lot of
there's
times
just
they may
another
not want to
example.
report them too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
for the media
that's right.
relations wise. Well, now I am officially South American correspondent because
Yes.
Mike's head just popped up.
Yes,
I think he broke his
as you
neck,
should be,
right?
Woody.
So I'm going to tell you about this story. A man has been arrested on suspicion
Unsanctioned report here, folks.
of intentionally setting a fire that killed 11 people in the Mexican state of Sonora near the Arizona border. Mexican authorities said the suspect, who has not yet been named, was removed from the Beer House Cantina bar in San Luis Rio, Mexico, in the early hours of Saturday for being disrespectful toward female patrons. The unarmed man, who had a high degree of intoxication, returned and threw a kind of Molotov cocktail at the bar, which caused the incident, the Sonora Attorney General's office stated. The devastating fire broke out at 1:33 a.m. Saturday, and it claimed the lives of 11 people by nightfall. Among the dead was a 17-year-old American woman. The name of the American teen has not yet been released. Footage from the scene showed the building consumed by an all-out-of-control blaze as firefighters battled to contain the carnage. The main suspect was being interrogated. 4 of the 11 dead were women. A total of 6 additional people were injured in the blaze. And the Yuma Regional Medical Center in Arizona received 3 patients, and the other 3 were sent to other U.S. hospitals for treatment. The father-in-law of one of the victims said, "They told us there was no emergency exit, only one door, and it was blocked. Someone threw a Molotov bomb, and the fire went off quickly. You've got no idea. He was my son-in-law, of course. I'm very sad," Herrera added. The names of the other victims have not been released. The building had significant damage, was roped off by police on Saturday afternoon.
11 people.
Yeah, threw it in there and caught all that tequila and shit on fire.
Yeah, that's exactly like gasoline.
Right, and then
And there was no way out. He blocked he threw it and he blocked the front.
Well, I think it was probably like storage boxes and shit just blocking the exit. They don't have the strict fire codes that we have here, and obviously them shipping most of the victims to U.S. hospitals. That's because we have better burn and trauma units. Horrible. I cannot think of a worse way to go than being burnt to death. It's real life, real crime, people.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Well, we're going to revisit our pal, Robert Innes at Rent-A-Hitman. And this one is really, they're all ridiculous, but this is taking out a hit on a 3-year-old. A Miami, Florida woman has been charged after allegedly attempting to solicit a hitman from our friend Robert, who goes by Guido, by the way, on the site. Right. So I mean Guido at rentahitman.com. Yasmin Paez, 18, is facing charges of first-degree solicitation of murder and third-degree use of a communications device for an unlawful use, according to the arrest record. She was booked into Miami-Dade Detention Center on Wednesday, given $15,000 bond. It's unclear if she has posted bail or not. Paez allegedly sent the location of her son, in addition to photos of the boy, to rentahitman.com and filled out one of those hit request forms.
Genius.
She wrote in the form that she needed a hitman to, quote, get something done once and for all, and wanted her son taken, quote, far, far away. Guido, Robert, claimed he attempted to report the incident to the Miami-Dade Police Department several times, but said that they directed him to Crime Stoppers USA instead. Quote, they were not interested. They sent me an email saying if I contacted one more time, they were going to send a cease and desist letter, according to Innes. Eventually, he kept pestering him, the Miami-Dade police responded and took action. And so she's arrested. The 3-year-old is safe, and another idiot goes to that site and doesn't get that it is a joke. But if she was looking for a way, she'd have probably found another way to try and get it done. So thank goodness she went there.
Thank goodness she went there, and they bust her.
That's right. All right, Louisiana, and more specifically Baton Rouge police have discovered and confiscated $700,000 in cash during a traffic stop near the I-10, I-12 split in Baton Rouge. And police say the driver didn't even know the money was there.
I bet.
In a social media post by the Baton Rouge Police Department, an officer stopped a car near a construction zone at the interstate split. Police said the driver is from Los Angeles, and an officer found the money during the traffic stop. Now, here's where it gets strange. A spokesman for BRPD was asked why the traffic stop was initiated, why the money was confiscated, and if any arrests were made. And as of Monday morning, BRPD said the investigation was ongoing, but they took down the social media post after questions from the public were raised. So a little bit of a discussion here. Now, this money that was discovered was in a briefcase, just like you would see in an old crime movie. And I've seen the picture, and it's, I mean, if I discovered that, yeah, that would be like, wow, there was $50 in this briefcase. Right. You know, not really, but it's just, you're talking nearly $1 million. Right. And they're being awfully secretive about it. Why do you think that is?
Well, and first of all, I can almost guarantee you that car was going westbound. Did they say? The money goes back. The money goes back to Mexico. The dope comes this way. That probably the person in the car was paid as a mule or a driver, and they were like, "You got to shit in the trunk. Don't look at it," and they didn't. So I believe that they could have, even though they knew they were hauling something, they didn't want to know, and they're probably dead now because the cartel's not going to have any mercy on that because they did something to get stopped, allegedly. But the money, regardless, they can't produce a receipt for $750,000 cash. Yeah. And you can't do that. They're going to hold it for X amount of time. Then it's getting split 3 ways: the DA's office, the police department, and the judges.
Boy, that is quite a haul.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's a
when
lot of money.
When I say the judges,
hidden?
I mean the court funds.
Was the money hidden?
It was
or was it just out in the briefcase?
Hey, if I was going to haul millions of dollars, I wouldn't even bother hide it. If I was going to haul kilos and shit of cocaine, I wouldn't even bother to hide it. You going to get stopped? Your story's not going to add up. And somebody like me, I'd have been all over it. Yeah, I'd have got it. Regardless, why waste the time hiding it?
So you think they knew they had a line on the? It wasn't a random traffic stop. They knew.
You know, I'm not going to go into the kind of information these people have, but I know they have these centers all over the United States that do nothing but communicate electronically with each other on vehicles that might be carrying X, Y, or Z.
Have you ever stopped a vehicle and found bunches of cash?
Yeah, I have, and I'm sure the district I was in, they're very happy with that, right? Because the people didn't fight it, and they're probably not going to charge this guy. What they're going to charge him with? Hauling money, and all I just got to say was, well, you know what? I
don't trust banks.
They told me, well, no, he's not going to claim it's his. Yeah. They're going to say, Joe Blow told me to drive his car back to Brownsville. You can't prove any different. But the thing, they don't care. They get in the money.
Yeah.
You're the math man. 3 and a 750 is how much?
700.
250, but it was 700, so it's still.
That's all right. So close to $200,000.
230.
That paid for those officers' salaries for the next 4 or 5 years.
Hell yeah.
So, Mike, you are now the official math man.
Well, I lost Central America apparently. So, picking up.
Sorry for you.
Picking up some math is
lost Central
good.
America
I need to
South
work.
Asia.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to keep encroaching. It's like a good game of Risk.
Southeast Asia was a giveaway, actually.
Whatever.
Let's go out to Washington State. We very seldom find ourselves in Washington State. 6 people are dead after their car collided with an SUV in the city of Tacoma on Sunday. The Washington State Patrol said 6 people who rode in one car died at the scene. That car, it's actually 7 people that died at the scene. That one car, a 2021 Kia Forte hatchback, it collided with a BMW SUV shortly after 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Investigators are trying to determine why the vehicles crashed. The victims were in a vehicle built for 5 people. That Kia seats 5. There are 5 seat belts. There were 7 people in the car. And so what troopers don't know is, well, it says what troopers don't know is if any of them were wearing a seatbelt. Likely some of them probably were, but certainly at least 2 people weren't, and probably more than that because you had to make room for those 2 people. Right. It took investigators more than 5 hours to clear the scene for traffic to be allowed to go through after the terrible crash. It was a scene so devastating. Out of respect for the family, we did not show the white sheets that were laying over the victims. 5 of them were placed near the Kia they were in. In all, 7 people were in the Kia as it drove southbound on Alexander Avenue East. It's a 5-seater car, said Washington State Patrol Trooper Dylan Totillo. So there were 5 available seatbelts. We don't know of any seatbelt usage at this point. We haven't been able to confirm that. He also says the Kia and the white BMW SUV with 2 people inside met in a violent collision in the intersection. The state patrol is still investigating, but early indications are that one of the drivers had been speeding, driving way too fast, and ran a red light. Michael May was on his way to work when he saw the aftermath. He said, "I don't even know if there's anything that could have been done for those people because it was horrible. It was horrible." He drove up to the wreckage shortly after the accident, and he saw the flames. He and another witness tried to do whatever they could to help the people inside the overturned Kia. We heard something in there, and we wanted to get them out. It was horrible. It was so mangled in there, and I noticed the lady laying in the front. Her hair kept catching on fire. That was our first concern, was stopping the fire. It had gone around from the back all the way to the gas tank, and we were worried that it was about to explode. He and another person grabbed a fire extinguisher from a nearby semi-truck and tried to put out the flames. It was too hot. My shoes have holes in them from all of the embers. It seems like forever when you're waiting for help to come and you're trying to do what you can do yourself. Tacoma firefighters had to cut off the Kia's roof to get to the people inside. 6 of those 7 would tragically die in the intersection. And so we don't know yet whether alcohol, drugs, or any kind were involved. We know that obviously one of the cars was overloaded in terms of people and ran the red light at a high speed. So just horrible accident.
Sad story. All right, y'all. From that horrible story to even more disturbing story, Oklahoma investigators have identified the woman believed to have killed her 3 children and then herself after an hours-long standoff with police in Verdigris on Thursday. Brandy McCaslin, 39, shot and killed her children before shooting herself. That's what the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said. The triple murder-suicide happened in a small town just northeast of Tulsa at around 4 p.m. on Thursday. Police officers on patrol noticed fireworks erupting outside a home. Again, this is according to OSBI. The officers went to investigate and discovered an armed and barricaded woman in the residence. OSBI officials said the officers tried to make contact with the woman, and that's when the standoff began. Police called for backup, and multiple responding agencies were outside the home for the next 3 hours, including a SWAT team from the Cherokee Nation. After no response, officers entered the home and discovered McCaslin and her 3 children dead inside. It was determined that she shot all 3 kids and then turned the weapon on herself. The children were 10-month-old. I'm not going to give the names, y'all. The children were a 10-month-old, a 6-year-old, and an 11-year-old daughter. It's good. It's crazy. OSBI did not immediately respond to requests for comment. State Bureau agents are working with the Verdigris Police Department in the investigation. Neighbors set up a memorial for the children on a tree in front of the house. And Bill Selwachter, who lives nearby, said he witnessed the standoff and saw multiple police officers attempt to get her to surrender. I think it was around 3 p.m., and police officers were here in massive numbers. Those are the guys I really feel sorry for, since they have to go through it all. They look like normal kids. They would get off the bus, run inside, ride and bike, just normal kids. The community is heartbroken. The pitiful part is those kids had nothing to do with it, and now they're gone. That's what Selwachter said. Horrible story. And then, you know what? Normally, we don't even report on murder-suicide type things, or if we're doing the mass shootings. When I don't like to say the people's name, more than once, and I like to give them credit, and I hope she burns in hell for killing her kids.
Amen.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdowns scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
You can now take off that belt and move freely around the cabin.
Must be a Mile High Thursday.
Mile high.
All right. We're going to tell you about a passenger arrested at the Miami International Airport. And before we get into it, I'm going to ask Woody if he knows the answer to this question.
All right.
What do you not say on a plane?
Anything about a bomb.
That's right. Just like on Meet the Parents. You don't say there's a bomb on the plane. Or
you can
even
say it, but you're going to fucking regret it.
That's right. And even if you're not on the plane, you probably shouldn't say it. Even in the airport.
They have signs in airports says, do not make any kind of jokes or phrases about bombs or or whatever.
Well, a man was arrested after making a false bomb threat at Miami's International Airport. Rodrigo Martins, a 44-year-old male passenger, was taken into custody on Tuesday evening following an incident. Martins was traveling on American Airlines for Brazil when a dispute arose between him and an American Airlines gate agent. The gate agent informed Martins that he needed to check his carry-on luggage due to the lack of available overhead space in the cabin. Right? Yeah, I've seen that problem happen many times. An argument ensued between the two, during which Martins requested a lock to secure his luggage. The gate agent clarified that locks were not provided and reiterated the requirement to check all carry-on items. It was at that point that Martins allegedly made a statement to the agent claiming he had a bomb in his carry-on.
Oh, yeah. How did that work out for him?
Fearing the potential threat, the gate agent immediately contacted police, leading to the prompt detainment of Martins by responding officers. Now, bomb threat protocols were subsequently implemented to obviously ensure safety of all individuals involved. And following the arrest, an interview was conducted with Martins at the airport's station with the assistance of a CBP officer who provided translation services in Portuguese. Martins was read his Miranda rights, and he indicated understanding and verbally acknowledging his rights. Martin chose to waive his rights and proceeded to explain that he had conveyed to Stewart in his limited English that he did not have a bomb in his bag. Now it's making sense. Martin expressed uncertainty regarding the precise phrasing during his language barrier. So basically, he was trying to say, I don't have a bomb in my bag. You need to leave it, allow me to put it. And because of his limited English, it just didn't come across that way. But guess what? Nevertheless, he was informed of his arrest.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Martins now faces charges related to making a false bomb threat and creating a disturbance during an altercation. I can't believe they're going to proceed with that. I think that's look, if I'm in Mexico and I'm speaking, trying my best to speak Spanish and I say something the wrong way, I would hope they would take into consideration that it's my second language, right? Or I'm attempting to say a language I'm not very fluent with. So there you go. Well, I mean, Mexico's a bad example. They would probably
he might.
But you know what I mean? I mean, I don't think this guy meant what they're trying to say.
And he might have been crawfishing and using the language barriers.
Maybe.
Or what he should have said, where I come from in Portugal, it's not a crime
to have a bomb in your carry-on.
So you're in America, but right.
He's Brazilian.
Whatever.
But
Did you say Portugal?
Well, because he speaks Portuguese, that's natural. But how hard Rodrigo is no bomb. No bomb. You don't have to know a lot of English. Just
no fuego.
No bomb. This had to be. This had to be some way over the top gate agent who was just.
She knows who I am, boy.
He or she was going to do her job no matter what.
Once you say bomb, everybody's fucked. Because now what's turning in, 2 minutes of you checking the bag, pisses everybody off because they oversold the plane, and I'm sure it was probably Spirit or Frontier.
Flying to Brazil.
They oversold whatever. Instead of taking 2 minutes and just complying, and you have to wait 10 minutes to get your shit when you get off because it's now checked. Well, your ass is going to jail.
Yeah.
And you held up the whole plane.
There you go. Portuguese.
That guy's lawyers. He's not going to have any trouble getting a lawyer. He's going to win that case. That airline just blew it.
No pun intended.
Literally blew it.
Yeah, blew it.
That was your Baja
You
Crown.
can now take off that belt and move freely around the cabin.
Absolutely, we will. All right. I was hoping it was time for a kinky crime. What do you ever think?
It's always time.
Time for kinky crimes for Thursday, and wait till you hear this one, boys.
I can't wait.
I mean, these just keep getting better and better. A Florida woman is behind bars after a struggle over a sex toy apparently went way too far. Deputies responded to a call in St. Lucie County on Saturday morning. A man told deputies he had an argument with Chelsea White, 34, over a sex toy he owned. The plot thickens, right?
Yeah.
The man said he asked White to return the toy, but she refused.
Well,
the man said he then grabbed a purse which contained the toy and began to struggle with White over the bag. He then claimed White began biting him after they fell on a couch during the fight. He said he punched White to make her stop biting him. It gets better and better. White suffered a bruised left cheek and busted inside lip. During questioning, White claimed the victim started it all and that she kicked and bit him to get away from her. Deputies said they determined White was the primary aggressor and placed her under arrest. White was charged with the battery and booked in the St. Lucie County Jail. And y'all know what?
But
We don't have a clue what the sex toy was.
that is what I wanted to know.
This would be the point where each one of us gets to give a guess. I'm going to say, what do they call it, a silver bullet?
Okay, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I'm going to say one of them flower suction
I
things.
don't even know what that is.
Oh, some people out there.
Flower
Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. One of the people in the comments comment what I'm talking about right there. They know what
Okay,
it
I'll have
is.
to look that up. I'd say a pink rabbit.
A pink rabbit could be that.
All right. Well,
So
there you go.
if you're listening, Florida woman, message us and let us know,
let us know, or
or put your
White.
guesses in the comments.
And by the way, just tee you up Mike's lookism. Here we have a picture of Chelsea.
Oh, I withdraw my guess. That's definitely not a pink rabbit.
What is it?
The only
It might be a.
the only name of
Purple
of a
rabbit,
sex
maybe.
toy I knew that you could actually fit inside a purse, because I would have had to say vibrator or something, was the silver bullet.
I'll still say flower suction.
We got
thing,
flower
whatever
suction,
it's called.
pink rabbits. Sounds
right.
like an acid trip.
Flower
That
suction.
was a good one today. Willie.
Yeah, that's
Very
good.
good.
Kinky crabs for Thursday.
Very good.
Time for some banjos.
Banjo.
There we go. Must be dumb criminal time.
Well, and those banjos always play great before a Paducah, Kentucky story.
Been
Oh,
there
yes.
many times.
Lots of banjo players up in Paducah.
I only drive through on the way to Wisconsin.
That's your extent of Paducah.
Yeah, that's it.
You pull over.
No,
Go head to the Waffle
I
House.
will next time I listen for banjos. I'm not going to Waffle House.
The Paducah Waffle House. Antoinette Weston. You haven't met her during any of your trips through Paducah. Well, she was arrested on Wednesday. She was charged with theft by unlawful taking. It's an
That's usually
interesting
how it
thing.
works, right?
Yeah. She used another woman's identity to obtain employment at a local firm.
Okay.
Then she fraudulently cashed checks from that firm. Police say that Weston used a forged Kentucky operator's license when she applied for the job at the law firm on June 14th. The ID had Weston's picture but contained another woman's personal info. The employer became suspicious when they discovered that 2 of their checks were fraudulently cashed at a local bank. The investigation immediately revealed Weston and a man cashing those 2 checks. So
That's not really a crime you're going to get away with anymore. Going in a bank catch that. How many cameras, right?
Right.
Like Jim said,
That's
was
right.
on camera.
yeah,
That's
so
right.
she lasted almost as long as that guy did back in high school. No, I mean she went from June 14th to first week of July, so she made 3
I
weeks.
bet our best banker chick in the world, Lori Johnson,
LJ.
back with me here in Denham Springs.
She
to
wouldn't
tell
have fallen
you
for that one.
that, I guarantee they checking to see who you are.
That's right. Lori beat that ass. If
Well,
we tried to.
Antoinette
Get
from
some- get some.
Paducah, you deserve this serenade.
Banjo.
Dumb criminal. Another dumb criminal. And we don't have music yet, Woody, for this next segment, but it was your brainchild, and we call it WTF.
WTF.
It's the WTF. I got to research some music for WTF. Right. That would be a great one. A Florida man was arrested after posing as a Citrus County deputy and holding a couple at gunpoint during a home invasion. That's right.
There you go.
The Citrus County Sheriff's Office said the 32-year-old Eric Johnson was driven to the residence on July 19th. And when they arrived, Johnson got out of the vehicle while carrying an AR-15 style rifle that turned out to be an airsoft rifle. And for those of you that don't know, that's like a BB gun.
Right.
After exiting the vehicle, Johnson knocked on the door of a camper and allegedly shouted, "Citrus County Sheriff's Department." Mm-hmm. He told the victims to exit as he pointed the rifle at them, and believing he's a cop, they complied. Johnson continued to hold the two victims at gunpoint, and at one point, the female victim tried to call 911, though Johnson took the phone away. As soon as Johnson became distracted, the male victim ran to a nearby home for help and told police he noticed the passenger that was traveling with Johnson sitting in the driver's seat of an SUV that was located near the road. Johnson chased the man to the nearby home and kicked in the door to gain entry into the home. The homeowner, the victim, and Johnson, they get in a fist fight, Woody.
There you go.
Police said, and the homeowner was able to disarm Johnson and hit him in the head with the butt of the weapon. So Selvog, who was the gentleman traveling with Johnson, fled the property, but deputies located Selvog at a nearby residence who disclosed where Johnson was hiding. Johnson, police said, was hiding in a nearby shed. When deputies located him, he was holding a gun to his head. After multiple attempts to get Johnson to comply, they said, "Get the K9."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Odie, the K9, was able to apprehend the suspect.
That means he ate that ass.
He ate that ass. Police said when Odie grabbed Johnson, he put the gun under the dog's chin and pulled the trigger.
What?
But it malfunctioned.
Oh, thank God, Odie.
He attempted to shoot the dog a second time, though guess what? It malfunctioned again. He's just going
somebody looking out for Odie.
That's it. Deputies stepped in and apprehended Johnson before transporting to a nearby hospital where he was treated for injuries, and he was charged with home invasion among a ton of other
treated for injuries, not only from Odie. I bet you they took the pistol away from him and let Odie have a few personal moments with him.
Yeah.
And then he got real estate drug all the way to the you just don't try to kill Odie.
That's right. So that
is a definitely WTF.
I mean, WTF
all the way.
On top of the other shit that they did.
Yeah.
But you're going to corner yourself in, I'm going to shoot myself. What do you think the cops going to be like?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to tell you.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let your imagination wander and be like, okay, it'd be easier for me than booking you.
That's right.
Whatever. But what the? That's a good one, boy.
Yeah. So that was your, any final thoughts?
I bet Odie set himself a nice prayer that night.
Or his canine handler did.
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy. Odie tore that ass out there.
Look, human trafficking. Be aware of it.
But real quick, before we get into that, the last week, y'all, podcast awards, you won't hear about it after this week. It's the one time a year we ask y'all to do that, and you've done it every year. We've won so many awards, but I'm going to ask you again. Go to podcastawards.com, type in your email. They'll send you a verification email and a password. They'll send you a verification email that cuts out all the robots, and then you click on that, and it brings you to the list. The first one we're nominated, Real Life, Real Crime, is under the Adam Curry's People's Choice Award. Bloody Angola is also nominated under that, as is Kelly Jennings' Unspeakable. The second one category we asked you to click on is Best Male Host in the World. We've won the last 2 years in a row. Click on that, scroll down to Real Life, Real Crime. And y'all, you don't have to click on every category, just the categories we're asking, unless you want to. The next one would be the True Crime Podcast Award, and scroll down, click on Real Life, Real Crime. The History section, when you get to that, for the first time ever, Bloody Angola, hosted by myself and Jim Chapman, is up, and we really would like to win that one, y'all, or make the finals for it. So click on that. And then also under drama and storytelling, we've won it twice before on Real Life Real Crime. If you scroll down and hit it again, we'd love to three-peat it. And under there's a blank spot for most influential podcaster. I've won that last year. If y'all would fill in Real Life Real Crime Woody Overton, and we really appreciate your votes. It validates what we do. It's a nice moment for us, and we love y'all. I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for taking the time to do it. I know it's a pain in the ass. You'll hear no more. Oh, also, wait. Also,
self-promotion.
Hey, you know what? It's not just self-promotion; it's promotion for you too. Because the Daily Show is part of Real Life Real Crime. Right. You've never won one. Guess what? You might be blessed this year. If the life step up, even if you don't like Ago, please vote for Real Life Real Crime. And
just stipulate that you don't want to see me.
When you sign up on the deal, y'all, they ask you, would you? They say, are you a listener or a podcaster or both? Check whichever is appropriate. And they also ask you, and this is very important, they also ask you, would you like to be selected as a final judge? Please check the box on that. And we go to the finals. They do a select, I think it's 20-something thousand
it's
people.
Random.
Random that they ask to be the final judges. So it truly is the people's choice, and we appreciate your vote. And Ago, we know you never won anything in your life, but we're about to bless you this year.
Actually, he'll slap his awards on there.
Couple quick things. We have recently partnered with a company called FabFitFun.
Yes,
We've talked to you guys about that a little bit. My wife, so listen, behave. My wife, who's a far better human being than I am, has done a bunch of videos that we are going to be posting that talk to you about FabFitFun, and she's someone who's used the service for about a decade now, and knows everything about it, and is a huge fan of it. We also have our pals from HelloFresh back with us, and so those fresh meals, short prep times, and cheaper than taking the family out for a burger.
Really good.
Please jump on board if you haven't already.
Really good food.
And lastly, given everything that has gone on this week with Taylor Shabusiness and the trial, I am no longer going to be honoring Taylor at the end of episodes. Instead, I'm going to highlight some of the great supportive fans who have supported my position throughout these various battles on social media. So
don't make the board.
Listen up at the end of the episode.
All right. And only thing I have is Operation Underground Railroad.
Yes.
They do amazing things to try to end human trafficking worldwide. We're going to link, obviously, their website into the show notes of this episode, and please go check it out.
Right.
If you're able to help, please do so.
And we're going to bring more information. And we're certainly not asking y'all to give financially. It could be just what the information you read, so you can see somebody, you can start looking for people that may be being victims of trafficking. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, shout them out. Give them places, whatever.
And on that website, they even have like events, and you can click it, and they have a lot, all over the country. They have these events that they put together just to raise awareness. Doesn't cost a dime.
That's it. And
so
it's the same thing we do
please
for
just check that out. Yep. So until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Mike Agovino.
For Real Life, Real Crime Daily. Peace.
Megan Haley.